Hi, I'm Ray Young. I'm Vice President for Education for the Sarasota Sister Cities Association, and I'm continuing with my series of presentations about the Sarasota Sister Cities Association and specifically about the different sister cities, more details about each of our sister cities. Now, last time I talked about Dunfermline and Xiamen, and previously Perpignan and Telman, and today I'll talk about Treviso, Italy, Merida, Mexico, and Rapperswil-Jona, Switzerland. Treviso, Italy became a sister city in 2007. The area of Treviso is famous for its radicchio, the red Treviso chicory that is used in food, and they have the top quality Prosecco wines, which they're also famous for in their region. In this case, we are not just a city as a sister city, but it's a sister province. And the province of Treviso is shown on the map on the left. It's just north of Venice, and it includes the region around up to the top of this map. It doesn't include Padua, but it does include Oslo. And Oslo is a hill town. You may recognize the name here in Sarasota with our Oslo Theater, and there's good reason for that. The Treviso province contains 95 different communities. And here's the Oslo Theater. It's the home, the Treviso is the home of the original Oslo Theater, and we are being accused of stealing the opera houses and the theaters from our sister cities. As with Dunfermline, Scotland, we have their opera house as our Mertz theater stage at the Florida Studio Theater. But in this case, the theater was originally built in 1798 as the opera house for Queen Cornaro in Oslo, Italy. But like the Dunfermline Opera House, it fell into disrepair after about 130 years, and it was dismantled and stored in 1930. And then the state of Florida became aware of it at the Ringling School and at the Ringling Museum, and it was purchased in 1949. And it's gone through a series of renovations in 1958 and 2006, and more recently in 2016. I think it was originally purchased for about $8,000, and now it's been completely upgraded, and it's a beautiful theater, as you can see in this picture of the interior of the theater. Many of our visitors from our sister city of Oslo, that's one of the first things they would like to see, our sister city of Treviso. One of the first things they like to see is this beautiful theater. Here's the signing ceremony. It was actually held in the Oslo Theater. Mayor Fred Atkins at the time, the Treviso Mayor Leonardo Marraro, and our city director at the time, Mirko Chiotti. Treviso has a number of similar traits to Sarasota. It's a cultural venue, a lot of visual arts. It's a sports complex, and this fits in with our new Benderson facility. It's certainly a tourism place. It's on the Adriatic, near the Adriatic in Venice, and it has a number of educational institutions, the University of Treviso, and a division of the University of Padua. And it's famous for its architecture, as shown at the top right, a beautiful city with the Sile River running through it, shown at the bottom left. We've had a number of exchanges with Treviso. The Key Chorale not only visited Dunfermline, they also performed in Treviso in 2009. And we've had art and photography exchanges, one at USF in 2012, at the Ringling in 2009, and at Robarts Arena in 2003, a heritage festival. We've also had a sister city delegation to Treviso in 2010, and here they're visiting the beautiful Colalto Castle and the Alpine foothills of Treviso. And we certainly welcome people to join our delegation exchanges with our sister cities. Okay, the next sister city I want to present is Merida, Mexico. It became a sister city in 2010. It's located in the Yucatan Peninsula. It would be really a direct short flight from Sarasota, but you do have to go through Houston to get down into Merida. But Merida is a beautiful city. It has the indigenous Mayan Mexican culture, as Perpignan has the Catalan culture. The Merida has the Mayan. They have their own festivals and dress related to the Mexican society. And very near Merida is the Uxmal Mayan ruins, which are really a wonderful facility to take a look at. Merida is a market city. It has a large population, includes thousands of American expatriates. It's a very safe city. They emphasize it as one of the safest cities in Mexico, and probably equal in safety to our American cities. The similar traits are art and cultural emphasis. It has a number of colleges and universities, and yes, it has that subtropical climate similar to Sarasota. This is the signing ceremony, which we held at in the grounds of the Ringley Museum. A beautiful day. The event was piped in by the Sarasota Military Academy bagpipe performers, and you can see that the signing was done by these two young mayors, Angelica Lara from Merida, and Mayor Kelly Kirshner at the time for the city of Sarasota. And we've had recently, in the last couple of years, a business exchange. 5 businessmen from Merida, Mexico, including their chief of police, came to Sarasota to look at business opportunities, and here they're showing exchanging gifts with Mayor Willie Shaw. And we're planning an exchange now with them with the Circus Arts Conservatory here in Sarasota. And that's second from the left is Mike Feely, who's down in Sarasota, or down in Merida, working to set up this conservatory exchange, this circus exchange, which we're quite excited about. Okay, another of our sister cities, Vladimir, Russia, one of our early sister cities in 1994. It's one of the ancient capitals of Russia. It sits east of Moscow on the Klazma River, south of St. Petersburg. And this sister city was established based on existing ties with the Rotary clubs between our two sister cities. And it has an arts and culture and tourism emphasis similar to Sarasota. And you can see the beautiful Russian Orthodox cathedral that exists in the beautiful Vladimir city. And we've had exchanges. The Vladimir police chief came here to Sarasota, and he's exchanging gifts with the mayor at the time, Susan Atwell, in 2012. The police chief Alexander Rosoff with a couple of his other compatriots, and they were very well received here in Sarasota. And I mentioned we had an art exchange with a number of our sister cities, and here we've had one with Vladimir. It's called the Hands of Heritage Festival, which we held out at the Robarts Arena. And it was the Children's Art School from Vladimir actually sent their artwork, and it was also displayed at Ringling College of Art and Design in 2004. And this is a great chance for young people to have their art displayed and seen from others around the world. We also had an art exchange with the Vladimir State Pedagogical University with the Manatee Community College, which is now the State College of Florida. And this is just a sampling of the large number of pieces of art that were exchanged. And now there's a permanent a collection at the State College of Florida in their hallways. We've also had a number of delegation visits, most recently in 2006. That's the group, some of and the locals dressed up in their traditional costumes, and they were treated to, in addition to the delegation official visits, a trip to the Vladimir Folks Theater, as shown on the right. So our activities with Vladimir, Russia have been extensive, as with our other sister cities. Art and photographic exchanges. They've had a number of winners in our Florida Studio Theater competition, including just this year. Kuzman, a young fellow from 15-year-old, won was a Florida Studio Theater winner with his play called Dolls. And we've had a number of delegation exchanges, as I've mentioned. Rapperswil-Jona, Switzerland, became a full-blown sister city in 2017. Rapperswil-Jona, you can see if you find Zurich near the top of the map at the tip of Lake Zurich. Rapperswil-Jona exists at the southeast side of Lake Zurich. So that's a beautiful town in Switzerland, You can see it's called the City of Roses. There's some views of Rapperswil-Jona, beautiful architecture, and in the lower right hand you can see the Swiss Alps in the background. A beautiful location, and we're having our official signing there in August of 2018, which is we're quite excited about. And we've already had a number of exchanges with Rapperswil-Jona, Switzerland. We had 4 young, good-looking, young, svelte volleyball players come here to Sarasota to be in a volleyball tournament on Siesta Key. And then the dean from their technical college visited last year, and he was exploring faculty and student exchanges. And we had him visit New College, University of South Florida, Sarasota Manatee, and the Ringling College, and he was quite impressed, and we hope that something will come out of this for more student exchanges. That completes my discussion today of the 3 additional sister cities, and for my next presentation I'll be discussing the additional activities, additional community activities of our Sarasota Sister Cities Association. Thank you.